The ending or cancellation of Harry Sisson, however you want to call it, refer to it, really needs to be studied. This is a kid, only I think 22 years old, millions of followers all over social media, making hundreds of $1,000s a year just to post a few videos a day. Like his TikTok right here, 1.8 million followers. He posts 3 1-minute videos a day, makes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Dream job for any 20-year-old, any person in general. That's the easiest job on the planet. You have people working 50, 60 hours a week, construction, warehousing, whatever you want to call it, hardworking jobs. And he's here posting videos, living the dream. And that's only on TikTok. He does on YouTube, Instagram. He's very involved on X up until recently, which is what we're going to talk about today. So before I get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Let's get started. So Harry Sisson has been absent from the internet for about 6 days now. So this is his TikTok, and he has not posted anything at all since the 19th, which is this video right here, which got 2.1 million views. But
a Republican,
I believe most of the comments are just talking trash on him. So you can see here on the right, you've been real quiet, Harry. What's wrong, Harry? You've been quiet. The search is Dean calls out Harry. It's been 4 days now, no blah, 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 no post in 3 days. So he tried to do this thing where he just comes back to the internet after a few days, like nothing happened, and it didn't work. So we got 2.1 billion views, which he probably got a nice check from that, unfortunately. But yeah, he's been absent. Same thing with his X account. Hasn't posted since March 19th. And you know, I guess he's just hiding. So for those of you that don't know, I'm assuming a lot of you already know since you clicked on this video, you saw the thumbnail. To brief coverage, he was basically talking to 11 different women at once, convincing every single one of them that he was the only one they were talking to, and basically using them to get pictures from them, manipulating them, lying to them through Snapchat, through text, basically just trying to get pictures of them, if you know what I mean. So he was called out. I think it really started where he posted this video on his TikTok. I don't know if it's actually still up. A while ago of him with some girl. He might have deleted it. Oh, right here. Him with some girl. And all of a sudden, all these girls started coming out basically saying like, what the hell? I thought I was the only one you're talking to. I thought I was the one you're talking to. And they all one by one basically started accusing him of lying to them. And that's basically where his downfall started. And it really, it's one of those things where if this happened like normally to people, like you would be like, yeah, this is scummy. This is like a bad thing to do. You wouldn't necessarily cancel him because it's like he didn't assault anyone that we know of. He didn't, do anything. He's basically just being a scumbag or a douchebag, Like I said, not something you would necessarily cancel someone for. But this is Harry Sisson. This is probably one of the most arrogant people on the face of the earth, a person who thinks he knows better and is better than everyone else, a person who grew up very privileged. And on top of all that, he's the face of the Democrat Party on TikTok, at least, which he claims to respect women. He claims that he knows what's best for women. He claims his party is the party of women and protecting women's rights. And then he does the exact opposite and it goes behind their back. So it's very hypocritical. And it's good to call out hypocrites when they are being hypocritical, regardless of what side they're on. So that's the big thing here is that he doesn't practice what he preaches, which you lose all respect when you go down that route. So after disappearing from the internet for days, March 24th, late at night, 11:47, he posted this on X. MAGA is mad that I have game. So clearly he doesn't feel bad for anything he did. Clearly he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. If he's going to come out and post something like this, a lot of people think he was probably drunk since it's 11:47 at night. Hasn't been on the any social media in 5 days. So that's, I guess, he got drunk and showed his true feelings, but he got roasted for posting this. And then also, if you look on the bottom here where it says the reply was hidden, Apparently, when this was up, he was constantly deleting or hiding replies underneath as people were posting. Because obviously, people are going to be like, what is this? Obviously trash talking and for posting something like this out of nowhere. After everything he's done, he's still not in the wrong, according to him. So this whole situation has led him to be dropped by Pallet Management, reportedly. This is like the confirmation. There's been multiple people posting this. But it says Pallet Management has dropped Democrat star influencer Harry Sisson following allegations involving his former employer. Now, a lot of you might not know what Pallet Management is. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard that Harry Sisson is paid by the DNC. So it's true, but it's not true. So I'm going to have Victor Neves, TikToker, kind of explain this right here.
We all know this kid, right? And how about this one? Well, as many of us have suspected for a long time, looks like those two are partisan hacks bought and paid for by the DNC to the tune of around $210,000. If you check their bios, both of them are managed by a company called Pallet Media. And you might think, well, why is that important? Because Pallet Media received direct payments by the DNC totaling $210,000. Apparently, the DNC didn't want to make direct payments. By the way, all of this is publicly available on the FEC website, so they don't want to make direct payments exposing Harry and his goons. So instead, they get a little creative with their accounting. First, they send the money to Pallet, which then manages their talents like Harry. Now, none of this should surprise anyone because it's public knowledge that Biden started an army of social media influencers. But I guess they didn't want you to know who.
So basically, this is just a, workaround, middleman, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like, I always try to use the comparison of like, if you're a taxpayer, right? Roads are built with your taxes, but people will say, oh, the government is the reason we have these roads, but yet your tax dollars go to the government, then go to the roads. So you can argue, oh, I built those roads. And some people argue, no, you didn't. It was the government that was in charge of it. Like, it's the government's the middleman there. Same with this. So this is I think a marketing company, which probably does more of like the organization, the financials, all that stuff. And basically the DNC, let me show you the post. DNC paid Pallet Media a couple of times. So this dates back to 2022 and 2023. So August 4th, the bottom one there, 2022, DNC pays Pallet Media $10,000. And then October 19th, 2022, DNC pays Pallet Media $200,000. So that's a lot of money. And Harry Sisson works for Pallet Media. I don't know if it's still in his bio. It just says inquiries right now. I don't know if it's in his link tree. Let's look at his link tree. I don't see anything about Pallet Media. So he must have deleted it. It used to be on there. But yeah, so what happens is they give the money to Pallet Media. Then Pallet Media disperses it to people that work below them. So people like Harry Sisson, like Chris Mowry. So like Harry Sisson didn't get this full 200,000, but he definitely got a chunk. So this is the DNC's workaround of like he's making the argument, I don't get paid by the DNC. The DNC is paying Pallet Media specifically for Democrat TikTokers to make posts. If the Democrats didn't want Harry posting, they would never pay Pallet Media in the first place. So he is paid by DNC. This is just some kind of middleman where they try to argue, oh, this isn't true. I'm paid by Pallet Media. Like, come on. And what's interesting too is he's been paid significant money from Midas Touch, from Democracy Defense Action. I'm not sure what that is. Midas Touch is with a big podcast. I don't know what Democracy Defense Action is. But look at these checks he's getting. 22 years old, on top of TikTok money, which I personally make money on TikTok. And I can tell you firsthand, he's making a lot of money on TikTok. Just saying. I have 25,000 followers. Nothing, nowhere close to him. He's making a lot of money on TikTok. So yeah, he's balling for how young he is. And he might have just destroyed all of it with this whole situation. You could tell, though, if you look on Social Blade, his followers haven't exactly dropped yet. I don't know if his followers are just that loyal, or maybe people just, since he has been posting, he hasn't been popping on people's feed, people might not have thought about it. Usually, if you look at people that get, say, like canceled or whatever, they start to lose like a big following. He hasn't yet, but that could always change whenever he decides to, I guess, return to the internet. I don't know if he's going to. The funniest part I think about all of this, um, this whole situation, he was defended by Andrew Tate of all people. So, regardless of your views on Andrew Tate, I know on the right, views are kind of split. People love him, people hate him. My personal opinion is I don't agree with the idea of him just planting his seed in multiple women, kind of like Elon Musk. I don't like Elon Musk does that either. I think you should have your wife and then have your kids with that one person. I think when you split up everything like that, it creates messy families, dealing with multiple parents and all that, all these half siblings. It's a huge mess. The family tree's all messed up when you do that. Plus, it's just, I don't know, it's just wrong, personally, in my opinion. I know like he's under criminal investigation. As of right now, he hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. I'm the mindset of innocent until proven guilty. So that's where I'm at with my views on Andrew Tate. Some of the stuff he says I agree with. Some of the stuff I think he's just absolutely wild for saying. Like he was on the PBD podcast and he said women have a skill issue if they take 9 months to produce a child. Obviously, I don't think he thinks that's true. I think he's just trying to troll, but he just says some wild things sometimes. But that's my views on Andrew Tate. But it's funny because obviously people on the left absolutely despise Andrew Tate. They despise everything about him, including Harry Sisson. But Harry Sisson did something that Andrew Tate would do. They're similar when it comes to that. And then Andrew Tate makes this video defending Harry Sisson. Like, I really hope Harry Sisson saw this video and saw what he's doing is bringing Andrew Tate on his side. Like, because he hates Andrew Tate that much to where, like, this has to bother him. Like, he has to be sitting there like, oh, my God. Like, oh. I just think it's really funny. And that's if his views are his views. Like I've said before multiple times, the issue when you're getting paid by the DNC, and I would say this for conservatives too, we don't know if these views are your views. So you're getting paid by the Democrat Party to promote Democrat views. How do we know you actually believe what you believe? Like genuinely. We don't. It's impossible to know. Because you could say, oh, I'm not taking money from them anymore. We're not going to believe that. You've already done it before. What's stopping you from doing it again? Your views are compromised. So the other day, there was this huge thing where Republicans or conservative commentators were taking money from soda companies to promote soda being in food stamps, saying it's government overreach if they take soda away from food stamps because RFK reportedly wants to do that, which I fully support. So all these conservative commentators were called out, even by people on the right, which I would give them credit for. Like, people say you don't usually attack people on your side. That was 100% right to do. Those people should be attacked for that. Not physically, but they should be called out for that. And they were. A couple of them apologized. A couple of them ignored it. But now those 4 or 5 prominent conservative commentators, I would never trust their views again because, one, I don't know if it's the first time they've ever done that before, taking money for a post. Like, it's one thing to like put an ad in your video and you're saying, oh, this is sponsored by blah, blah. But when you're having just an X post and you're trying to say this is your view, but you're getting paid like $1,000 for that post, like you're able to be bought out. And once you show the world you're able to be bought and your views are able to be bought, your views don't matter anymore. Nothing you could say at that point matters. Regardless if you're left or right, your opinion no longer matters. You're a sellout. Exactly what Harry Sisson did. Harry Sisson is a sellout to the Democrat Party and has been for a while. And that's why nothing he has ever said, most people don't really take serious because it's like, why would we? So yeah, that's pretty much this video. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Harry Sisson situation. Like I've said before, like I feel like if this was someone else or just, not, I don't like what he did is scummy. He's a scumbag for doing this, but it's not necessarily a cancelable thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really bad that he did this, but he didn't assault someone. He didn't do anything crazy as we know of. as we know of. Like I said, there could be more info out there because there's rumors about him being involved with some dude named Camille with something to do involving a 14-year-old. I don't know a lot of info on that yet. I can make a video about it once I do. I know the older millennials talked about it a few times. I just haven't had a chance to really look into it yet. So I would say go see the older millennials page if you want to know more about that. I don't know if Harry's going to return to the internet normally anytime soon. It looks like he's still in hiding. It's his whole livelihood, TikTok, Instagram, X. That's where he makes all of his money. So he's either got to come back at some point or get a normal job, which I don't see him doing that. I don't think he's ever had a normal job. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll check you out next time.